if you've reached a point where your inner consciousness believes, then your word is simply an announcement of reality.
And so today, our talk is going to be on the thing itself, which is the first chapter in the Science of Mind textbook, or translated, that means what it is. And the first agreement of Don Miguel Ruiz, which is be impeccable with your word. Have you noticed how people can have the same experience, but experience it in a totally different way? You know, some people get stressed out. Some people go through life easily, effortlessly. And whatever happens to people, they all respond in their own individual way. Jesus said, "It is done unto us as we believe." We're all part of this whole, this universe, experiencing the whole from our own individual perspective. So it's up to us how we choose to experience it. And it is a choice. That is so important for us to realize that it is a choice. Our minds are part of the universal mind of God, creating our experience according to our beliefs, our choices, our words. What God does for us, he must do through us. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, said that there is a power in the universe greater than you are, and you can use it. But what is it? And do we really need to know what it is? And can we really know? But I know that if it is all God, there's only one thing going on, and that's God. And we're it. Everything is it. Ernest Holmes says that we are surrounded by a spiritual consciousness and a mental law. He says that thought is creative and that there is a limitless power at man's disposal. And he says when we learn to trust this power, we can use it to create a better life. He says that the divine nature is in every man, and the universe never plays favorites. He says that the reason one man is healed and another man is not healed is not because God has responded to one of the men and not to the other, but because the one that is healed has responded to God more than the other man did. He has recognized his oneness, his unity with all that there is. So it's no wonder that Don Miguel Ruiz, in his book, The Four Agreements, starts off with his first agreement, which is, be impeccable with your word. It's the most important agreement and the most difficult because your word is your use of this one creative power in the universe. In the Bible, it says, in the beginning was the Word. The beginning, the Word was with God, and the Word was God. God creates by its Word, and God responds to your Word. And your Word is your creative intention. It has great power. It has the power of the universe behind it. It's a force of life, and it manifests as your life experience. Whatever you dream or feel with conviction, your word creates. But our word can free us or it can enslave us. Ernest Holmes says that the same power which binds us can also free us. Now the word impeccable, be impeccable with your word. The word impeccable comes from the Latin word peccatos, which means sin. Ooh, we don't like that word, do we? Sin. We don't like that word in this teaching. So impeccable means without sin. But we like this Greek meaning of sin. When we learn this, we feel much better about sin. Because in the Greek, it means missing the mark. Oh, heck, I miss the mark every day. No problem, but I'm still trying to hit the mark, So impeccable means without missing the mark, then. We must discover the truth for ourselves, and when we do, it sets us free. Freedom is the birthright of every living soul, Ernest Holmes says.